If this quarantine social distancing business has got you feeling out of your mind bored or incredibly paranoid that zombies may be in your house, causing you to sneak around armed only with a banana for protection, it's probably time to stabilize yourself and focus your attention on something positive. But what? How about using those same bananas to make some delicious banana bread with the simple ingredients that can be found around your home? Because let's face it, we ain't going anywhere else anytime soon. So, what you will need: 225 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of brown sugar, 100 milliliters of sunflower or vegetable oil. But you might realise partway through that you don't have enough, so heck, you just melt down some coconut oil that you've been hoarding for about a year. That'll do. 3 heaped teaspoons of baking powder, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon or some sweet kind of little spice. I will be using 3 teaspoons of cinnamon and 1 of ginger. Some nuts. They are optional, but I would recommend almonds and walnuts. Apple cider vinegar, again optional. And of course, bananas, because we are making banana bread. And equipment wise, you want a large mixing bowl and mixing utensils, so like a spoon, maybe a fork. A baking tin, ideally a loaf tin, but I'm not bougie enough for that. Some vegan butter to grease the said tin. A sieve to sieve your flour, and measuring scales as well as a measuring jug. Alright, we're good to go. Let's wash our hands first of all. Not because you're in the middle of a pandemic, but we are aiming to get that 5-star cleanliness rating in our non-existent bakeries. Oh, and because hygiene is actually quite important when handling food, so. Then go ahead and preheat that oven to a spicy little 6 degrees. Let's split. It's time to unload the ammunition. Sorry, peel the bananas. If you're not sure how to do this, there's a very informative video online. Just Google Trisha Paytas. Also, you want to break the bananas up into chunks, just because it will make them easier to mash, squidge them, I don't know. Basically, spoiler alert, we're going to be turning the bananas into sludge. As you can see, it can be quite difficult, so I like to smash them. Now is probably a good time to point out that this utensil is also very beneficial. Add your mixture of 2 different oils if you're like me, or 100 milliliters of 1 oil if you're a functional human being. Sugar that thing up and stir. Maybe mash, what the heck. Now it's time for the flour. It is 225 grams, I was thinking it was 250. Still managed to go over that, however. If this happens, just plop some flour back into the bag begrudgingly because you thought it was going well until this point. Sieve that in so it'll be nice and smooth. It's baking powder time. 3 heaped teaspoons. If you can't open it, get your mum to do it.
Mum?
Add those chosen spices like you're some sort of wacky witch cooking up a crazy concoction. And then add the apple cider vinegar like you are the devil. If your household isn't already nutty enough, add some nuts. Make sure to break them up really small though. This step is absolutely essential because you are not going to get a dentist appointment right now. And give it all a good mixing. The dancing isn't essential, but definitely recommended for that full flavour. You want it kind of thick like that. Nice and gloopy gloop. What's he doing out there? Generously grease that tin with your dairy-free butter or margarine. And pour that gloopy gloop into the tin with a spoon. May look like I'm using my hands, but I am not. Make sure it's evenly spread, maybe bash the tin around a few times, make it look like you know what you're doing. And pop it in the oven for 20 minutes on gas mark 6. Let's wash those hands again. Perhaps while we wait we could take a little time to enjoy the great outdoors. Okay, too far, back in. Wash those hands. Who needs the outdoors anyway when there's so much to do inside? Yay. Once that 20 minutes is up, carefully take your bake out of the oven and cover it with tin foil to ensure the bread doesn't burn or dry out too much. Oh yes, I am a domestic goddess. Pop it back in for another 20 minutes and voila! Poke it with something to ensure that it's fully baked through. If your chosen pokey thing doesn't come out clean, you know what to do. Pop it back in the oven for a few more minutes. Please do not use your finger as a pokey thing. Leave it to cool. And then serve to your family of mixed opinions. Some will go back for sneaky seconds, and some will say it tastes like bubblegum.
It's lovely.
Bubblegum flavour.
And that's it. I hope you enjoy your vegan banana bread, and I hope that you enjoy eating it from the comfort of your own home. Stay safe everyone, and take care.